Hello. Kapil, are you there? Hello.
Might be Kapil is still.
Can you hear us, Tanmay?
Yeah, we can hear. We can hear. At least I can hear.
Yeah, yes,
Others are not there.
So simply understandable.
I can hear Sinu.
Okay. Okay.
I put a
There
message
is-
also. I'm back.
There is an editable
Yes,
business
I'm
model
here. I'm here, ma'am.
canvas.
Oh, Kapil is there also.
Yeah. In this, there is an editable business model canvas, right? So that means, because what we sometimes see is that people do not use this framework or this canvas. We would want all of you to forcefully sit and think in structure only, right? So that means you have to download this and then fill your details. But if somebody has done that already, please please share. I'm also kind of checking that, which I have put, right? So this is the assignment guidelines. I haven't insisted on an immediate one, but by 30th, because there are so many things that which we have to do at the end of it. So there is an assignment guidelines being put. One is current status and business model, cost and revenue to be presented as an Excel sheet. We may not do everything now, but I would want you to have at least one model, one mental model, and then we will see how do you measure the success of this business model. Then how do you pivot? Once you pivot, do you have a different Excel sheet? Because building an Excel sheet is a basic, you don't have to do Python all the time, right? You have to know how your balance sheet would look like, or that's what the afternoon session is, how do you manage your finance. So this is also here, right? It's under assignments and assessments, that please read that carefully. So that means don't just, so under assignments and assessments, there is guidelines, right? And the PPT template, and the other one is in the in-class materials. So it is also here. So first what we are looking at is build a model canvas, and then this Excel sheet. That means the final one is your pitch. That is your final pivot. But what I have done is I haven't used any of my creative skills or anything. Your job is to come back and say, where is that we should pivot? They have some idea, but do you have better ideas? If you are a consultant to campus hash, what will you do? Right? So that is the expectation. So you can see over a period of time how your profitability increases or decreases or whatever based on that, right? So these are the two expectations. So I would stop, because unless you come to the campus, so there are 3 of us in the campus, so we can maybe together can build one model and show quickly, but very precise. Don't confuse, don't add 2-3 customer segments, right? Because if you add 2-3 customer segments, you actually need a different canvas itself. So anyone has done can share now.
Yes, ma'am, sharing.
Yeah. Okay, wonderful. So yeah, this is a Word document, right? You can, yeah. This is visible, not exactly visibly fully, but you can revenue cost structure and revenue streams are kind of you can put it in some mode, right? Some other mode, print or whatever. That down focus is there, right? Some mode is there where the whole screen can be projected instead of all that ribbons and all that. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you can explain, Kapil. Now all of you, you don't have to be always saying yes to everything. Your job is to defend and argue and communicate and get the things that your way. You have to convince others that this is the best model. Right? That is communication. Communication is not English, please. You don't need a big sounding jargons. Communication is about getting the things done from the others. Means VC funding you need, get that funding. Money should come. What language you use? You use Excel language, you use Python language, you use English language. Nobody cares. Get it done, right? So communication skill, if you want other person to give you what you want, you have to understand empathy. You need to understand what is his need, her need, change your communication based on that person. So this is some can on communication. Okay, go ahead, Kapil. Are you speaking? Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. We can.
Okay. Yes. So the key partners are Sanket Saurav, Rohit Tirki, and Shirol. The key activities are software programming language training, so that the participants are ready for the IT industry jobs, and they are equipped with conceptual knowledge and hands-on skills. So the value proposition here is expose the students to the cutting edge technology, making resources available to IT companies in form of interns. So here the customer relationship will be with the institutions, participants, and HR of the IT companies. The customer segments are broadly colleges and IT companies. The channels will be offline and online. The key resources are that Saurav and Turkey, they started training themselves, mastering the programming languages themselves, and then Shirol joined them. The cost structure will be conducting trainings and hackathons, traveling, boarding, lodging, launching and maintaining online platforms. The revenue streams will be charging participants and charging companies.
Okay, fair enough. Very simple, straightforward understanding. Now we can attack Kapil, no? Kapil, are you wearing helmets and what is that? Huh? Yeah, jacket and all. I'm going to attack you.
Yes, yes, please.
No, all these are in good spirit. I have I love Kapil. That and all is different. Right? So, Kapil,
Yes,
anyone else wants to attack first? No, plus points and minus points. We'll get into the feedback way of. I think if you are a leader, they would have taught you how to give feedback. No, plus point first, then minus points. What is the plus points? Speak up, yeah, people. Don't be dead.
Yes, right.
Plus point is that I've attempted
Ah,
it.
exactly. Plus point for Kapil is at least he has done it. Done it in a black and white scale. It is 0-1 scale. He stands for 1. Right, Kapil?
Yes, ma'am.
Others are all thinking about criticizing because they themselves, it's like guiding Sachin how to play cricket sitting in the bed. Others have not done. Okay. What else? What else you liked about Kapil's model itself? Speak up, people. Yeah. See, you have to be. That is why 100 mental models come in.
It gives a quick picture of what this business is about.
What?
It gives a quick picture of what this business is about. So it's captured it that way.
Okay. So it clarifies in a single page the whole. It looks like one dashboard is what Pranesh
Yeah.
is telling, but it simplifies your business. All cut the crap, because there are some 20 pages case studies. I'm only picking what is the most necessary thing fitting into my framework. So it removes the mist on my eyes. Now I can see better, right? Okay. So frameworks has that effect on it. What else is good? That's a good question. Can we present this? So now the negatives are coming. I am still on the positives.
So this is
I'm-
for internal purpose or they are presenting as
See, I am very serious. You think I am not serious? So if you are presenting this as a funders deck, one of the slide in your deck is business model. Is this enough? Is this clear? That's a different benchmark. So you can
It's
do.
not enough, actually. I would say it's not enough because there are certain the details have to be put
Okay.
more, considering the people who will be funding it. So it is just a description kind of a.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If Kapil has to do this better, are you able to do this today now? Can you do this better? What you would have improved?
I think one thing we can at least cost and profit wise, some sort of idea we can put here.
Business model is it's like balance sheet.
Right.
That means you are just showing a snapshot of current model. How does it look? You can also create a set of 3 or 4 business models for new projects, new proposals, right? So yeah, so with this, whether this will get funded or is there everything, so so don't think that okay, I have to make in my presentation one slide has to be business model, which is capturing a lot of things, because you don't have to keep discussing about customer segments differently, all that. But if you try to complicate this business model, then you will lose the charm of it. Okay, Tanmay?
So here, do we need to put all the costing part, cost and benefit, or cost, profit and loss in a year, or how can we visualize the
Yeah.
growth of the business?
Exactly. So if you have to create some kind of a metrics driven business model, can you improve this? Say, for example, you are saying that students, you can also create a note. So far trained 1,000 students per year, number of students trained. That's a good metric. Number of money collected. Money collected is also a good metric. No, I'm just thinking. I'm not telling you should put this or put not to put. There are so many sample business models of different companies is being created. Foster Walder is the person who has created, and he has done multiple workshops across industries. For NGOs, he has created. For service industries, he has created. For tech companies, he has created. You can go and check, and then maybe collect the best. So if that so that is what I'm saying. Anything we do, there is 0 and 1 kind of a scale. Either it is 0 and 1 as binary or a scale. So 0 is not doing. Maybe the next step, point 1 is maybe that I did basic. But if I am talking about a higher benchmark, that the top work where I get 100 out of 100 is very powerfully looking business model. There you cannot just put some generic term and say this is my business model, because it's still not making sense to a reader. And here the reader is a funder. Don't underestimate funders. They are going to put their hard-earned money or somebody's money which they are interested to your business. You can't fool them with very naive looking business model canvas, right? So, anything you can see, if you are looking at, this is one of the major talking points in your slide. Definitely this becomes, because this is almost covering almost 70-80% of your company's activities in this business model. So
Yes.
that much of focus has to be there when you're making this.
Mhm.
So what could have been done better?
So, Rabi here, Sinwin. So this initial this page looks good, like as per me. I think more data input is required for bottom two section. One is cost structure and another is revenue stream. So for cost structure, I believe we need to put the expenses or the investment item level investment revenue stream where from where we are going to get the revenue, like get back the revenue, and what is the ROI. So these three items are there, then I think it will be a good presentation business.
Okay. Okay. Fair point, because you need to have more concise items. I'll add my comments later. I wanted to hear what is your critical view. Kapil also can criticize himself. That's the best way, right? We criticize ourselves and improve is the best way than somebody else telling us that this has to be done.
But as a leader, we need to appreciate so that they can more energize and do better.
Yeah. In fact, I have become very pessimistic and very, what is that? Okay. Yeah.
I the resources could have been portrayed a little better than they started them.
Okay. What is the difference between key partners and key resources? It's almost same information is being put there. What is the difference? Who
Key
is a
resources.
partner versus who is your resources?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. So the partners who are the ones who have initiated this setup, and the resources are basically who are the people responsible to deliver the outputs.
Okay, okay. So,
Like,
so that is, yeah. So let me just give you the right definition. Keep the partners of an organization or a fund founders. That is not the intention of key partners. It is the partner ecosystem which is required, where they have to spend money on developing it. That means, suppose you have partner as PyCon. Your partner for running this business model is very critical component that we should bring PyCon organizers, so that every PyCon or maybe mini PyCons which are running will have campus hash as one of the major major vendor. We will call them as partners. So that means my partnership to be built to PyCon organizers. Second partner is I am connected now to CII, right? Confederation of Indian Industries, which will give me a single door open to say 5,000 IT companies. That becomes my partnership. Or I would say that I am building a community application. Therefore, all the set of community or a crowdsourced platform, even for funding, right? Suppose I'm using a crowdsourced funding. Those are my partnership ecosystem that I need to survive on this business model. It could be colleges, institutes. I have great partnership with 5 universities which has say 40 colleges as affiliated to it. Say VTU. Through VTU, you can get on to Vishwesvaraya. And those who are not from here, VTU, and then we can get on to so many colleges. That is the partnership. At no point of time in a business model canvas, we will not write our own name, founder's name. No. This is partnership ecosystem, because my business model is sometimes too dependent on one of the building block. Imagine I have built everything. I put all my 24/7, 365 days time, effort, and all that, lobbying with VTU. Because I am thinking that if I crack VTU, I can get all the colleges affiliated with. VTU has to make this mandatory. Everybody has to pay. I put all my efforts, all my resources, building this relationship. Now, who in VTU? I may know vice chancellor, I may know somebody, right? Now I am too dependent on my key partners as a block. My stool or my vehicle is tilting. Nine-legged vehicle or a stool is tilting heavily towards this partnership working. If that partnership is not working, I am going to collapse and stumble and fall. So your nine block is.
अरे तुमको ही मैसेज किया था इसका
And my is.
अभी देखा तुम्हारा कॉल आ रहा है
अरे मैं एक्चुअली तहसील में इंटरव्यू कर रहा नीचे उसको छोड़ के आता
And my you are.
तो मैं जल्दी से आ रहा लेकर हम तो पता
नहीं
नहीं
नीचे है वो
हां खड़ी है नीचे
Zara, either you are in or you are
It's not with me.
muting. Zara, this is a class here.
sorry I thought
So that is why I can't. Seeing is believing. Okay, either we are in the inside the class 100%. Anything we do, right? You are so focused. Because then you will get the best out of your time. Otherwise, you are simply sitting. You don't know why we are sitting. Right? So key partners means this is the partnership ecosystem that we have to build, which is very critical for this business model to work. We can, of course, add maybe founders as partners because that alone shows that it's a weak building block. It's a weak building block. That means the entire risk is on these founders. And I keep sometimes saying, if I am run over by bus one day, what happens? What happens to the system? It will collapse, right? So that is why this is also a risk mitigation. You have to keep moving these blocks, right? Am I putting so much of time on building this one or something else? Now, what is key resources? Key resources is typically the human resources or physical resources that you need to run this company. Do you need an office? Do you need people? Do you need sales team? Do you need trainers? Do you need web application developers? Do you need no, the HR, all that? You have to put there. Key resources. Now, is there dependency on this? Is it my secret sauce? That building block, can it become secret sauce? So that need to be, so what I would suggest is on the PPT that there are multiple videos which I would inbuilt, or you can check business models. Try to understand each block. What is that is the right definition of that block, right? Don't, so in the presentation, since you are sharing the screen, but later I will tell. Another important question is, say you have a framework called 4Ps, which is a marketing funda, right? Everything in marketing today is creating a product, creating a price for it, putting it somewhere, and then promoting it so that people will come and buy. 4Ps, price, product, price, place, promotion. Now, if I start my story with what are the 4Ps? Promotion, place, price, product. Is there a logical thinking? No. Can I do promote without product? What am I promoting? So there is a logical order for everything. Now in a business model, canvas is not left to right reading. Where do we start reading? What is the most important part of this? What is the first thing that when you are presenting business model to a deck, to a pitch? Because all these things also we will do on the 4th day.
Value
right?
proposition.
Yes, yes, yes. That is the most important because funders are interested in what is that you are building. So you talk about that we are the best, we have the best training, we have the best application, we have the best process and product for HR to hire. That is what we are building. Right?
I understand. It's like cutting edge technology. Everyone has this cutting edge.
How do you differentiate?
Proposition is something I was thinking. For example, Karnataka recently gave Skill Up India, where they want to bridge the gap between industry and this one. It's a project budget allocated, for which they want some of these like training institute, which in that gap between college and industry. Exactly this. How that is what budget is allocated. So can we propose that like the Skill Up India budget is allocated, we want to pitch in that. That is our value opportunity.
Okay. Business opportunity itself.
Yes.
What? No. So that is, so when you are creating a pitch deck, you would talk about the business opportunity itself, right? Say, for example, I am not shifting because we are still on Kapil's screen. We have to size the market. We have to say that this is the proposal. But for Skill Up, if I'm a company pitching for it, what are you? What is that you have? What is that you have? It's not, say, Karnataka government or whatever that Skill Up programs, the budget and all that is the opportunity you have. You are going to present. That's not in business modeling. That's not in business modeling. In a pitch deck, you have certain segments that which we have to look at. First part is a context, business context where we are talking about the opportunity. We have to size that opportunity and say that this is the opportunity which is available. Then we have to do competition analysis. Then we have to do a gap analysis and create some kind of a channelized to your product. But here we are talking about what is that I would do. Suppose there are, for this Skill Up program, it's a tender and 5 companies are calling, presenting their tenders. And there is a presentation, there is a pitch presentation where I have to tell what is my strength compared to the other 4 opponents. It's a war, right?
Yes.
So what is my strength? This is where you have to present business model as a strength. You would say that we have the best ecosystem or partner ecosystem we have created because we are connected to 40 universities and we have access to their 40,000 students. Plus we have access to, we have empaneled, we have the logos of these, say 100 companies, HRs. This is the partnership that we are talking. Compared to somebody else who says, I have something. It's not clear.
And value proposition
Is the product. Is the product. You would say that we have a platform which can skill, say, 100 technologies. That is the value proposition you should do. That is what my product is, right? So that is okay. So you start with value proposition. Now, if you have a product like this, what is the segment that I would do? How do I decide my? So the second point you must present is I have this product and this product is built targeting towards a set of people who has these pain points. I am fitting very well to their pain points. So the second point we must talk is customer segments. So when you are presenting this, right? It's not like left to right, top to bottom, bottom cross, crisscross. No. Order is value proposition.
Basically, the marketing product is describing.
We are not. We are sharing business model as a strength. This is how our business works. Say if I am okay, we will do some exercise to see how this works. Say for example, I have a restaurant. Compared to there is a single restaurant compared to there is a chain of restaurant who is kind of competing for something. When I am presenting my restaurant, I would say a 50-seater premium restaurant for single restaurant is what I'm showing. Who can cater to the service, whatever that client is asking, right? Who can cater premium? I may also say I specialize in East Asian cuisine, something. That is my product. Compared to somebody else come and tell that I have 5 restaurants can manage 1,000 people, and we specialize in 5 cuisines. So product differentiation is getting built inside value proposition. So your business model is one thing, because funders are looking at all these competition. They have a better view. You are preparing a deck where you get that money. That money has so many other people who are asking, why should they pay you? What is the difference? What is your value proposition? So that product you have to put. Now the second part, most important or immediate, is that, so I would present this as that this is a application which can help customers hire across, say, 10 technologies, 0 to 1 hire, experience hire, freshers hire, right? We are not looking at, there are lateral movement also. So that is becomes a very different thing. Now, who is the target group? If you put colleges, if you are putting product as this and you are putting colleges and IT companies, no, colleges are out of this. This business model is only to say that for IT companies, you can define that IT companies itself and say that this is built only for that IT companies. So this is the second part, that you should immediately connect your product to the people who will buy.
Shinu, so
Yes.
while creating that business model, can we put in that serial? So first value proposition, or it will keep on changing every value, every business?
It shows that you understood the model, understood the canvas. Canvas is this only. Don't write, don't change the construct of this. Why this model is so powerful? This is, if you, so that is why there are books written on it, right? We are trying to capture everything into 1 hour. So if you look at this, the entire cost, because companies, funders wanted to see, funders and founders. I'm just mixing up. Funders want to see where do you spend and what you get. What is that you are building? How much money you need to build it? What all you require to build it? The other side is who is paying for your service? How much money you will get? That is the balance. So can I move anything now? Because your cost structure requires your key activities, key resources, value proposition, all that comes as a cost. Revenue structure is on the right side. This one is on the left side. And you are building the blocks. But even say, for example, there could be some kind of a difference that, for example, channel is a cost. Because you have to spend money on the channel. If you are building a web application, which is your channel where people come, that is a cost. So everything, customer relationship. If you are spending money, say you are doing a networking dinner for all the university principals. That's how you build a customer relationship. Or you would say that what are the ways to build a customer relationship? That they are your fan. Campus hash means that's the first preference. No, principals don't think anything else. I just love Saurabh. I just love Tirke or Shirol because they are my best boys. How do you build that? To build that, no? They are called top of the mind. So anytime they are looking at what skill, why people are not getting placed, and we want, no, the founders are shouting, students are shouting, bring them. How do you build that? Not just by networking dinner. You can't just give them khana and then send them say, tomorrow you'll get business. One could be dinner. Another could be, I don't know. You have to define all this, right? Any business, you have to define all this. HR, why they should come to you? You are cheaper, you are faster, you are efficient, you are getting better results. Better results.
Situation.
Yes.
We add that.
Yes. 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 Their pain. Yes, exactly. What is their pain? That we are getting bad hire and the hires are not staying. You show we have good hire and retainable. Two things. So results also matter. So how do you build that customer relationship? So that is the third thing. So that means you I don't know, you can see my mouse moving, but value proposition is the first one you should present, followed by customer segment. Don't say that we have that segment, this segment. No, that means you are not focused. this the entrepreneurship or anything requires this, what do you call, razor sharp focus. Your focus is such that the paper burns, right? With lens, because you are so focused. So you're saying that I'm building this application, it can solve the problems of hiring of freshers with much better output. That is what you're trying to explain here. Then comes the back end activities. You need so much of back end to create a web application. You need sometimes some of the key resources. Who knows some of the web application technologies? You need again so many partners, so many ecosystems. You need. You can't work in silos and say I'm an entrepreneur. No, you have to create this backend such strong that with you or without you, the company has to survive. And the funders will look all these things. It's not that, oh, I am the superhero. If I'm not there, what happens? Now under key activity. So immediately after value proposition, customer segments, connect them to how are we connecting to channels and what kind of stronger relationship that I have put. That is what we should talk first. Then we say to do all these things, I have the partner ecosystem of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. PyCon is a partner. You should put PyCon there, not name of the founders. What are the activities? I am creating training content, training materials, training. No, then there is a web applications which I have to develop. That's all key activities. Because if I don't do all these things, or I have to do matching, right? Key skills and key assessment set of questions. I think they have set of questions that they have built, right? These are all their key activities. And then the key resources, which is how many people we have as a team, say 50-member team, 5-member team, doing different things. All that is my key resources. What is the cost? Cost heads are very clearly given, right? So that when the business model changes, you need funders, founders, there are cost. Then there are cost on sales team, incentives, plans, all that. Now, how am I getting paid? There is a retainership. Payment mode could be retainership. I have already connected with 40 companies, HRs, and they are going to pay me on retainership conditions that every year, every month, I get, say, 100 people from this platform. Anything above is, so that's a great model. That means you don't have to worry. Every month this money comes. You have to deliver, but that's different. Right? That's a better model. Retainership is a better model, saying that I will do one project or one hire, you pay me. So you pay for the number of people hired. So you can go any depth into this business modeling. Now what happens is if you want to change now, you can change. You have to be as creative because entrepreneurship or management is about creative ways of solving problems. Now what we are saying, reduce the cost, increase the profit. Can you tilt and say that I am spending X here, but I'm getting way to delta X here. What is that delta? What is the change that revenue streams is bringing? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so that means we have to go and fine tune this. Anyone else has done anything?
I have also done very similar what
Okay.
I see in couples. But I had a question. Can we do some projections also in this business model? For example, revenue streams. If we want to increase revenue streams for the future, we have some plan right now. So can we show those revenue streams also in this business
Okay.
model, or just the current ones, whatever that we have right now?
Okay, so I am looking at, so I'm sharing, I will share, I don't want to share this because I want you to build it. No, because this is a simple question they would ask is, what is the size of the market? First slide, second, third slide is, what is the market size? If the market size is say 100 crores, no funders will come. It has to have certain, and VCs would come if the requirement is more than at least about 5 CR. They don't do small game. Otherwise, you have to go for seed funding, which is seed only. No, you want 2 crores? Okay, you not 2 crores. I'm telling 20 lakhs. Collect from friends, family, fools, whoever can trust you, right? That's how you will build. You don't need to go to VC for 20 lakhs. Why? VC has why VC? Because VCs have a bigger headache. No, they are collecting fund of funds, big money. So they may not be interested. So market size you have to show and say that it is a big business in. Now if you see here, there is already a mention. This is in crores that we have put. I think I always please always put it is in billion, right? So somewhere here you must any Excel sheet when you are creating, you should put always the unit billion INR or whatever that you can put. I'm just putting INR because this is INR, right? So what is the market size of hiring industry or training industry? We are only calculating hiring or training, right? So you would say it's already written and such white papers are available. So today, tomorrow, if I ask you size the credit card market if I have to launch, you should do this exercise. Same process. It's a top-down approach. What is so read some 2-3 white papers, recent white papers, which I'm keeping on sharing in WhatsApp groups, and say, okay, this is a $20 billion industry. That's the first point. You put that. Then you start narrowing down your top down. That where will you put? Annual growth rate. Any industry which has less than say 5% annual growth rate, do not invest. Means these are sinking industries. But there are something called sunshine industries, growing industries. Those are the places where CAGR, annual growth rate of the industry together. So if you see a Nifty 50 fund or something, they will see all the IT or Sensex or specific index funds, right? All the IT companies is growing in certain percentage. So you definitely need to have 8% interest. No, I mean, this is put 8% because it's written on the, somewhere it is written. I've taken from the book only. I'm from the, it's written, right? And then there is also been a calculation. This is where industry studies come in. You have to read. Industry studies coming and say every company is spending 2% of their revenue on hiring, on training people. That's a good indication, right? Now, can you convert that into, so this is a formula, right? So you have C4 multiplied by 2, which is this, divided by 100. This is the amount out of 9,100 billion INR. Companies spent 182 billion on employee training. You're sizing down the market. Out of that, 40% of the money is spent on new hires. What is that? 40% of 182, 72%. So your market size is what? 72 billion. You can do this for any industry? Yes, no? Online, you can see my screen.
Yes. We can do.
Okay. This is the first part of consulting. Industry sizing. There is no rocket science. You can complicate this. You can go to any level, but don't complicate. And we keep sometimes seeing that. I think I heard, don't split the hair into half. Just put rough figures, have an understanding, stand by, put your sources, say that this market size, I got it from this paper, this white paper, get one Deloitte paper, get one PwC paper, get one something which is a good name, because nobody is going to question that because they would have done already the research. Put that and then prepare for your industry, for your company, right? Use that slide as a must. This is called a vision. You know that this industry is a great industry to invest in. That's why I'm here. I know for the next 100 years, this industry is going to grow. So you need a vision to create this. What industry I'm in? What's the size of it? You can create next to that market planning pitch last Saturday, no, next Saturday, fourth Saturday, you have to do this for whatever that you are doing. You can use a different approach. There's so many approaches to do market size, but I'm just giving from this paper that from the case study. Now you go to phase 1 because this is where the person has decided to move and decide that we will start off first year when they were students, they were doing 20 people training. Price charges to each participant is 1,000. Revenue per program is, listen to the, I will get per program, I'll get 20K. I can do 50 weekends program. I will get this into 20,000. 10 lakh I get. Profit margin is 70. We are not calculating what is that 30% is going. Maybe they're whatever. Estimated annual net profit is 7 lakh. Is it a good opportunity cost? I mean, is it a good opportunity for me to pursue? If you don't do these Excel calculations, it is a naive decision to start up entrepreneurship, start up anything. What is the opportunity cost? How much I will get? These are all Excel calculations. You can project, you can forecast, you can do anything. In phase 2, this is part-time, right? This is part-time both we're doing. Now we are getting into full-time. I'm doing this full-time with 2 of them. Average number of participants remain the same. I still charge 1,000 rupees. I still get 20K per program. But only thing I have changed is from 50 programs, I am doing 150 programs. Now, is there a question mark here? Is there a big question mark on this figure?
360.
Okay, 365 days I have, I'll do 365.
But no, 50 is very less.
No, the problem is, do you get 150 programs? Do you have enough sales? Because it's not just going there and doing. You have to build that pipeline, no? This college, there will be vacation, there will be that, there will be those, so many problems. These kids are dangerous kids to target, right? No, so it's nice to put Excel, and I know we are all expert because especially when in our positions we keep projecting so many things. What we finally end up doing is we only know, right? So 150, is it doable? Practical? Do we have that kind of sales pipeline? Do you have 150 into 20 students signing up for this? There are so many things on this number itself. Annual revenue actually doubled. Here if you see 7 lakh, it has become 21 lakh. But if I put all the yearly annual salary, somebody was like getting 2,50,000 per month. His annual package is 30 lakhs. Sanket were kids, so both of them we are assuming that we'll get 40 lakhs per month. So 4,80,000 is their annual thing. And together they would have actually made more money for the country, for their family, for whatever. They would have done this much. But the money that they are projecting is 21 with so many ifs and buts. You must do this before starting up. You can do as a consultant. You should do, right? You should show them the mirror. So when, because universities and all of them promote entrepreneurship and all that, we should also promote the hard realities and say that it's not to intimidate and say that it's not possible. But if you put a number 150, this is a single metric that you have to drive. Your razor sharp focused on that number, 150. Pardon? Are you talking or are you talking to us or to your family? Hello. Anyone is speaking? Anyone is there?
Yes, Chinu.
Okay, nobody. It's so cold here. all from the case only. Now, if you go to phase 3, with training with sponsorship, per hackathon, the numbers have increased because it's done at a central place. It's not connected to a university. Other people can attend there. They can register. They register with 1,250 per participant with you can imagine the collateral that win hackathon and get placed. People will come. They'll come like ant to the honey. So we say product is about creating a better mousetrap. Customers are mouse. Right? We are all mouse. Amazon has created a better mousetrap. The moment you enter there, they'll show you so many things and you get trapped. Right? Recommendation engine is a better mousetrap only. Funly, yes. Yeah, exactly. But add enough what is that, frills around the funnel so that more and more it's like a sliding funnel. Everything just once in, you keep paying, right? So price you can charge a little more. Revenue per program increased. Still we are doing training as well. That money is coming. Now what we are doing is 45 lakh. This can you project it year 1 itself? Year 1 itself you should project. Right? If I am doing 1, what happens? If I have 5 people, what happens? If I have 10 trainers, what happens? If I have this branch, another branch, what happens? All these things we should project. It's like running your house only. Right? If I am working, what happens? If my spouse is working, what happens? That's a second revenue stream. You must ensure that your spouse is working. Right? No, it's common sensical. Hello, people online. Your spouse is working. Otherwise, it's criminal waste, no? Women study so much and sit at home. To take care of kids. Kids don't want her only. Sorry. No, I'm just joking. Because kids also will become better, independent if so much of attention kids don't need. They'll become pampered. And that's. I mean, I am on record. Don't put it on public and all that. Okay, so then this is the 4th phase where we have recruitment screening. Here, so many expenses are going to come, right? So you're going to minus a lot of things, right? So you would say total cost, say travel cost. So we have put, I think, some rough estimate. Travel cost per hackathon, lodging cost, you have to stay there. Customization cost, trainers we are adding, their cost, professional fees, and then total cost is 32. Potential revenue per assignment, number of such assignment. This is not currency, this is a number. Right, 16. Total annual revenue is this much, which is a combination of 1 and 16. Something else I would have taken. You can see C9, C10, and 12. 12 months. Okay. Profit per assignment, which is minus all the cost associated. What you are getting is 1 crore 30. Is it still worth pursuing today? Is it still worth pursuing? Because it is 3 years journey.
Yes, it's.
Everything is questions. Oh, we'll put red mark here. Yeah, number of assignments possible per month. Means you need to have 16 hackathons in Bangalore city run by campus or hash. Is it? It looks crazy, right?
It's only Bangalore or it's major IT cities?
They have come to Bangalore. If they have to do, imagine they have to do hackathons in Pan India in a month. 16, 12 into 16.
Almost 200. 200.
Can you imagine the amount of logistics and travel cost and all that is increasing? I think it's a one
I
potential
think cost will
revenue.
be more. Cost will be more.
Yes, 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 yes. You can. So I will. You
Yeah.
can build a different one, right? You can add more assumptions. You have to write all the. See, these are the assumptions, right? You have to write all the assumptions. Any business pitch document will have all these things. Especially.
That he is not available somewhere.
Absolutely, absolutely. So these are, so there will be more and more they have to give back, they have to give back. Yes, yes. Okay. Then outsourced software projects. Sales, you have to get the projects. You need salespeople. You need software developers with 50,000 per month. We have calculated approximately. Nobody comes for 50,000 nowadays. Total, right? You have number of assignments possible per year. And let me tell you, this is not a joke. Every company doing this. Every company there is a top-down budgeting. What is that we call? Maybe they go and do some outdoor and come back and say some off-site and all that and strategy meeting. They'll come back with these numbers only, and then it will come down to us that deliver, right? Revenue per assignment. So you're looking at one outsource software projects. You are looking at 45. Now this is a combined revenue streams. One is online online platform. You can get up to 39 lakhs per year. Screening assessment you can get 96. Proficiency assessment assignments you can get something like this. You are looking at a 2.72 CR. Kind of a annual profit is what you are looking at from total annual revenue. There could be some changes and all you can do. Now with this, I am asking 3 CR from the funders. Will they give? If you are the funder, you will give. Or if you are the founders, will you get? I have to show definitely an Excel sheet with all these calculations. Ifs, buts, scenarios.
So means like, okay, 3 CR they're asking for, but revenue I'm just
Per year, right? Per year. So how funders give money?
no, but I need 3 CR is still not.
Exactly. So there is a deck, there is a slide we have to do. Where am I going to put this money into use? Yeah. So right now. Yeah. So I would ask more money for building the web application because I would have created a small POC, just the working model, and I would say that these are the features, and now I need investment to build this. Funders will be interested in building something which is a sustainable asset, not on hiring one trainer. They will not fund, right? But this if you show a revenue flow of 3 CR per year, you may get a funding of 3 CR now. Sometimes people are also overvaluing. Now valuation also is based on this, right? You would value. There are multiple ways of valuation. We'll see because afternoon we'll discuss on finance. Some part of it maybe. So based on this, they will have to create. I am just telling with one business model, you must be able to create this Excel sheet as well, which can help, right? Okay, I know it is 1 o'clock now, but what I would want to do is now, are you creative enough to say that, how do I now move to a better model? Is there a third or fourth revenue stream I want to build? So there is a set of things which you can look at. I'm just going to run this first. I hope it's. What happened? Something else
Audio is not clear, Shinu.
Yeah, Something else is running. Okay. I'll share this video. So so what we are saying is now is that if you have to pivot, how do you start now? Looking at this business model canvas and try to do pivot. For that also there is a framework. Management is full of frameworks, tools, jargons. You need to get this vocabulary inside. So quickly, if I have to look at what is zoom out. Zoom out is that you look at one customer segment and go so deep into, no, that is zoom in. Zoom in is that you look at one customer segment and do all kinds of cross selling, upselling, side selling, all kinds of selling in one segment. Everything about recruitment, I will solve this here. You have a recruitment platform. You can come and interview. You can see their resumes. You can also see their performance. All that we will create a one single product, zooming in the HR recruiters as the customer segments. I'm not doing on college students. I'm not doing on hackathons. I'm not doing anything. I will only concentrate on the participant, the hiring. One single segment, whatever the recruiter's pain points, I will map everything and convert my business model. It makes sense? It makes sense or no sense? I am not distracted by students hackathon. Of course, the flow has to be there, but I am saying this is a platform where you can build your recruitment funnel. Zoom out. I will get into more segments. I'll get sent into something. Right? Or even a strategy itself, I can zoom in and zoom out, because customer segment is another pivot, platform is another pivot. So the different types of pivots that we can look at. I will share this video link in the chat. You can go through that and you can now what in lean startup they say is that even some of the important thing is that this dashboard also, I know it is too tiny, but I will share this so that you know that while pivoting, you can actually build a basic, convert that pivot into a dashboard. I am just trying to zoom in and let me see that. Okay. So for example, an MVP you are building, right? Street corner lemonade stand tables. Everybody builds, sells lemonade in US. All the kids will be making some pocket money, right? Now, what is the basic MVP? How do I measure whether this business model is successful? I will build a minimum viable product so that no frills, nothing. I will spend money only on the basic features. How do I measure my lemonade stand? Right? That week one, so many people walked across my lemonade stand. Number of passers by. I'm sure you, if again you are certified in Scrum or Agile, you will capture this, right? So you have passers by week one, week two, there is an increase. Out of that, some people stop at my place, they buy. So passer by is a good mechanism to see whether what is the market opportunity here. Maybe 0% of them came, 5% of them came. I'm just assuming it's percentage, but 5 out of 25 has come. Drop, when I dropped price, 20 came. When I dropped price, when I introduced another food product there, 35 came. I now got an intern, then 45 came. I moved to the location, 60 came, and week 8, I'm moving with all these things. Conversion rate, this divided by this percentage, right? 4% is 5 divided by 125. You build a conversion rate. Price per lemonade, you know that there is a price drop here. I started with 9, nobody came. But when I dropped price, 5 came. Then the same price I'm increasing, slowly increasing. I'm not reaching 9, but I have reached 7 rupees now. Order per customer have also increased here because I'm selling not only lemonade, I'm selling something else. When an intern has been placed, his job is to say that get your friend also, or per customer, I am buying 2 things at a time. So this is a typical web application dashboard, no? How many click, how many bought? I think Zarar is doing digital marketing. Same. Same, you sell lemonade, you sell education, you sell web application, you sell cars, you sell rocket fuel, whatever. So capture the right thing and
Kapil is doing
analyze.
digital marketing.
Huh?
Kapil is doing digital marketing.
Who is doing? Sorry. Kapil,
Kapil.
sorry. Okay, okay. Kapil is doing digital marketing. So you do A/B testing, you bring back metrics, because in analytics, what we hear is that, oh, you build a model and then what? No, it doesn't stop, right? You have to see whether after hiring or after adding a new feature, whether the click-through have increased, conversion rate is increased, bounce rate reduced, sticky rate is increased, people are staying and buying more, per transaction amount increased, revenue per users increased. All these metrics, whatever you are learning in different modules, all has to come in. This is what companies and founders or funders want to see. Your movement, your upward movement. You can do so many changes and then you can test. So this is level 1 dashboard as per minimum viable product, which is been explained in this Rick Rice books. Likewise, every management concept has come from some experiments, some abstraction, convert into a book that becomes a teaching point in a business school that gets adapted in companies. That's how management has evolved. That's how analytics have evolved. That's how statistics have evolved. So if you keep reading things, you will know what are the best practices. Okay, so part 2. I don't think we can have too much of time given because we have to move on. I am moving on. You stay wherever you are. Right. Okay, so this is what you should do. And this is what the 3 pivot options I have captured. Any other options you have to come out, right? Pivot 2. And I will also quickly, I'm not going to spend, but when you need to pivot, you have to bring all kinds of frameworks, design thinking, lean, agile, growth hack. You cannot just say, oh, now kids have already thought, okay, web application is down. And then, yeah, I think it looks nice. That's all. Then why they need you? You have to think something different, something interesting. So, and project a growth plan. What is the cost? Can you think granularly? What is the cost I would associate? What is the revenue I will get? What are the assumptions I have to make? You create something totally different, because from 3 crore, if you are a real growth hack mindset, from 3 crore to 10 crore, 10 CR to 100 CR, do you have that ideas? Do you have that vision? Do you have that product features? Do you know the cost associated with all these things? So that is the exercise that which we did. And there are a lot of concepts I'm not getting onto. So you have to now bring in systems, you have to bring in user stories, you have to bring in content, because you are going to build a web application. You have to bring in all these concepts. Now let me come to the climax of the story. What happened to them? What happened to Campus Hash? What do you think happened? This is what happened. Over time, Campus Hash has evolved to offer employee lifecycle management solutions. A simple toolkits training story. They are now, and it's an analytic solution again. One-stop solution that helps software companies with campus and lateral placements and performance evaluations. Campus Hash was rebranded as Do Select, which is a skill assessment platform currently. So that you won't find campushash.com, but you would see doselect.com. Immediately after that case study stopped, they raised 3.2 CR. Now it got acquired by Naukri. Naukri is using that for doing the skill assessment mapping when companies hire, because Naukri is a hiring platform for companies. And they sold it for 21 CR, good money. 5 years, 6 years return. Would they have done that in jobs?
No.
That's the power of entrepreneurship. That's why
Right.
so much excitement and interesting and all that. But do you think it was an easy journey? You can't even think. Right? It's a very, very difficult journey. All of them are active on LinkedIn, but only one have. You can check. I'll just whom you want to check. Saurav, right?
I check the product.
Okay, good. I was checking yesterday. So he's in Y Combinator. So I had put a source for this, right? Y Combinator is a startup accelerator, very famous in Silicon Valley. So they have courses that you get selected because of your entrepreneurial pitch and all that. You have a great idea. You create an MVP. So, submit your application in Y Combinator, get into their course, and then they will adopt you, right? So, but very difficult to get. So he has got into Y Combinator. If you see his track record, right? So founder, campus hash, founder, CTO, do select. Now he is almost same idea, but new things, deep source. Once this kind of entrepreneurship bug hits you, you can't sleep peacefully doing a job, right? So they made some money. Who else is there? Rohit Agarwal. Rohit Agarwal is staying with us. So this is a new partner. He was not mentioned, right? He's actually he came in late. Currently, he is the co-founder and C enabling O, CEO. Nice. They're very, very innovative. Then we have Rohit Tirke. Tirke is also moved. He's in Bangalore. So you have campus ash, do select, move to leap, move to, so that means he went back to jobs. So 3 people, 3 different outcomes, 3 different journeys, 3 different mental mindset. Okay. So I hope it was kind of clear. It is not still done until you do it. Until you do it means I want the business model canvas. All of you put, and then we will discuss and then we will look at, right? We will skip this part. After lunch, we will see this, how finance works. Okay, anything? Anyone wants to tell anything? Tell something here.
So, Sidhu, there is a existing example also we can talk, right, within Reva.
Within Reva, yes, yes.
I think Pradeep's a company also one of the product-based company. Then this.
What is that? Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Ravi.
Yeah, so I think similar example, the company which Pradipta has worked, right, which has been acquired by L&T Infotech.
Absolutely. Yes. So they started, but there were 2 founders who started Lenny. Pradipta joined as one of the co-founder later, got acquired by L&T Infotech. Now, Pradipta is thinking of starting another one.
Right. I think 3 of them still with L&T Infotech because I saw one of the sales director with whom I work personally from offshore. He is right now in US.
Yes.
Devasi Satpathy.
Yes.
So now he is heading the sales in US. Regional.
They have completely revamped, renamed as Postpaid.
Right.
And yes. And if you see for a large company while acquiring startups, that's where mergers and acquisition comes in. That concepts are very different. You have to do valuation, you have to do a lot of financial due diligence. And once they come in, one of the important decision is that whether we have internal people to take care of the startup or we have to leave the startup as it is without limiting their entrepreneurial innovation. Because once they join big companies, mostly IBM has done that all through, right? They have killed so many startups, so many good products also they have killed. They got the kill finally by themselves because they are very in non-entrepreneurial organization. Bigger companies, they can't think entrepreneur. They are not agile, right? So these companies, so that is why most of the time there is a, there is some kind of a clause they will make that founders would stay at least for 3 years.
Right. That is the agreement. Yeah.
Yes. But after that, it is up to them. But they will make money. Now, what is the amount of money? I have seen, I worked with many entrepreneurs. I have seen 10 years of hard work. Somebody getting 100 crore.
Right.
10 years of hard work. Which we will do. In fact, in companies, we would work more harder. I'm not getting. So that is why path, what vision, all that. Most of us, we don't have the vision. That's why we are like this. Okay, I'm not intimidating. I'm just poking all of you.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So have lunch and come back.
So again, like I think as a leader, you are policing as like where to go, what is the right path. So which is good. I think in person we'll meet you next week.
Okay, okay. Anyone else want to tell anything? If you are not sleeping. Bhavana, we have not heard. Are you there for attendance? Sai, Kiran? No attendance.
No, Shinu, I'm here.
Okay, you decided not to come and see me, yeah?
No, Shinu, I was traveling emergency, so.
Okay, okay. So what is that? You got something? How to look at business model?
Yeah, correct. So I had filled up some 2, 3 things in business model, but the cost structure and revenue stream, I was having the doubt, and I thought key resources and key activities were similar. But now
Okay.
I'm clear. Yeah.
Okay, okay, great, great. Okay, anyone here?
Shinu ma'am, have a doubt. Like, what about we have to collaborate or we need to get say support from the government? How does that system work for some of our products?
Yeah, so support, see, entrepreneurs will never put all the supports from one, right? Say government, immediate benefit is that if you are a startup, you have so many startup schemes coming from banks in terms of uh, discounted or much reduced interest rates, loans are available, tax-free subsidies are available. So that is one set of on the funding part. Second thing is that the government itself says some of the platforms that they have built. I'll share some of the platforms that you have built that you can get some immediate series of things, say for registration onwards, till funding, till for hiring. So there are different platforms that the government has built under Startup India, Stand Up India, and all that. And if you look at our university website, there is something called Reva Nest. Reva Nest has captured all the government schemes in their website. So you may look at what are the government facilities that you would get, right?
Sure.
But if you are looking at private ecosystem, so there are so many meetups happening to help entrepreneurs, or there are specific startup ecosystem run by CII or I'm just forgetting the biggest one, the National Entrepreneurship Network. There are some specific ecosystem that where you can get from business planning, modeling, starting deck to pitching to VCs, getting connected to the right network. All that services are being there along with other things. Suppose you want to register your company, you don't know how to register, or what are the legal. Suppose you are in food industry, there are so many licenses that you have to take. So what are the licensing things? If you have to do valuation of your company, all these things, there are different services being put right by the private parties. So entrepreneur must know all these ecosystem and then leverage all these. Otherwise, you will think alone, and then it is difficult to move.
Correct, correct. Actually, on that note, there's this something called SaaS Bhumi, which has been started by Girish Mathur Bhutam, the founder of Freshworks.
You can put the links here. Whatever good. I will also put a few links.
Yes,
There are so many now, right? It is earlier it was not. There was the support system was less, but now the amazing support system. You have a
correct.
great idea, you have a great team, you can prove that you are here for a long haul, people will support you.
Perfect, perfect. Sure. Actually, I was planning of a product which is in line of serving the general public. Say, for example, like the problems that are there in the society right now. For example, women's safety and elderly support. And I was just thinking of those lines. How to go about with that and whom to reach out to and
There
stuff.
was there was a very famous. I'll put some in while doing business modeling and all, there are so many frameworks. One of the thing is that you must know is who is your competition, right? And who is your collaborators. So there
Correct.
could be some technology platforms that you may collaborate. Some you may compete. Some you may create some kind of an alliance arrangements. So similar models are already, some of them I know actively. I'm just forgetting the name, but I will share some for the support systems that you have talked.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, sure. I would like to connect with you, offline on this actually.
Sure, sure. Anytime. In fact, RAISE is also supporting 2, 3 entrepreneurial initiatives.
Oh,
One by the mentor, another one by 2 participants. So we are in
great.
it already. Plus, Reva University has about 30 plus startups incubated in the campus in the first building, right? 30.
Oh,
So we have a co-working space. 30 companies are housed in the first building.
wow. I would like to visit that. Sure.
Yeah,
Someday.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Reva. Yeah. Reva students and plus outsiders. So it's a per seat, it's very cheap, right? Compared to any co-working space. So those who are in this place, I think 2, 3 thousand per seat per month. That's all. Compared to 18K and all in Indiranagar, no? 18 to 20K. So, and you have everything in terms of say,
Infrastructure support.
yes, infra
Perfect.
is there. Mentors, some seed funds are connected. University themselves are giving seed funds now for some good startups. Okay, great. So have good lunch and come back at 2:15. Fine. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Thank you.